Part ways with the life I chose. Take back what's mine, but it's all good. Ain't it funny? You with him, you say you love me. Thoughts stay here in my mind. Then you just act like it's all fine. Mixed signs, sick of trying, but it's all good. Ain't it funny? You with him, you say you love me. You're my saving grace, all in the worst ways. Let's just get away, leave a good home ablaze. Ending our lives, but it's all good. Times change, people change, you just stay the same. Take back what's my darling, you really have no shame. Ain't it when flames fade, you afraid to change. Don't know why I really care in the first place. Acting like a psycho, named Norman Bates. Infinite lust, look like figure eights. We get so high, make me feel right. Let's end it all tonight, see the other side. Ain't it funny? You with him, you say you love me. I've been trying to get away for some time. Part ways with the life I chose. Take back what's mine, but it's all good. Ain't it funny? You with him, you say you love me. Thoughts stay here in my mind. Then you just act like it's all fine. And for a second, yeah, you really got me. This feels so real, but only partly. Not coming over, guess I'm tardy. See me in the sky where the stars be. Let the fire blaze, I feel so free. Ain't it funny? You with them, you say you love me. Ain't it funny? You with them, you say you love me. Ain't it funny? You with them, you say you love me. I've been trying to get away for some time. Ain't it funny? You with him, you say you love me. I've been trying to get away for some time. Part ways with the life I chose. Take back what's mine, but it's all good. Ain't it funny? You with him, you say you love me. Thoughts stay here in my mind. Then you just act like it's all fine. Mixed signs, sick of trying, but it's all good. Ain't it funny? You with him, you say you love me. You're my saving grace, all in the worst ways. Let's just get away, leave a good home ablaze. Ending our lives, but it's all good. Times change, people change, you just stay the same. Big respect, my darling, you really have no shame. But when flames fade, you afraid to change. Don't know why I really care in the first place. Acting like a psycho, named Norman Bates. Infinite lust, look like figure eights. We get so high, make me feel right. Let's end it all tonight, see the other side. Ain't it funny? You with him, you say you love me. I've been trying to get away for some time. Part ways with the life I chose. Take back what's mine, but it's all good. Ain't it funny? You with him, you say you love me. Thoughts stay here in my mind. Then you just act like it's all fine. Mixed signs, sick of trying, but it's all good. Ever clear shot and the sorrow. Lucky thing I had the whole bottle. One word text saying sorry. And for a second, yeah, you really got me. This feels so real, but only partly. Not coming over, guess I'm tardy. See me in the sky where the stars be. Let the fire blaze, I feel so free. Ain't it funny? You with them, you say you love me. Ain't it funny? You with them, you say you love me. Ain't it funny? You with them, you say you love me. I've been trying to get away for some time.
done, got a 2-year contract, and I'm stuck on Verizon.
I got no iPhone. 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 I got no iPhone.
2009 people, and everybody should have an iPhone.
I hate my life and I wanna die. I ain't got no iPhone. My heart is breaking, thinking suicide. I ain't got no iPhone.
I've got an iPhone, it's got an app on it, makes me happy. Happy that I've got it, I like it even more than a unicorn. It can even play this lovely song. I've got an iPhone, it plays a song of me, song makes me happy, fills me right up with glee. I get an urge to shout at the
Over 10 years ago, I used to live in a peninsula in Norway. It was idyllic actually, as we, my sister, my mum and I, lived within walking distance of a beach. We had a short and incredibly narrow driveway that led to the house, and the only window in the house facing the driveway was my bedroom window. I was about 9 or 10 at the time when the incident happened. I was in the living room watching a show on Jetix. I think it was around 6 or 7 PM, as it got dark pretty fast at this time of year. I had been sitting there for hours when my mother told me to go to the bedroom and watch TV as we were having guests over soon. I grabbed my things and went inside my room. I remember the room felt really cold, so I turned on the heater and went back out to the living room to get some candy or something like that. On my way out of the door, a sudden feeling of dread washed over me, and I had this feeling that someone had been watching me. I don't know how to explain this feeling, but it was as if I subconsciously could see someone outside my window from the corner of my eye, but didn't really realize it until I grabbed the door handle. I turned around quickly and glanced at the window. Nothing. I felt really stupid and brushed it off as me just being paranoid or dramatic. I got my candy and went back into my room. The first thing I noticed was that my bedroom window had been slightly opened, and I don't remember opening it. I figured maybe my mum did it. Suddenly I heard some sort of scratching from outside my window, and this time I froze still. I couldn't process what was going on. There was a person outside my window. His face was glued to the glass, and he was holding his hands on each side to get a better look inside my room. As the window was quite far up when standing outside, I could only see his head. For a brief second, I thought maybe he was one of the guests that my mum was talking about, but I had never seen him in my entire life. He was just staring at me. I couldn't move, or maybe I could, but I didn't want to. I was just too scared. He looked like he was in his 40s, and I remember him having really dark circles under his eyes. He just stood there for what felt like an eternity, and then suddenly widened his eyes and continued to stare. This scared the crap out of me, and I managed to shout, "Mum!" The man panicked and disappeared quickly. As I was in the middle of telling my mum that this man was standing outside my window, our doorbell rang. My mum answered the door and wouldn't let me out into the hallway to see who it was. I just remember her looking really uneasy when she came back. A few months later, the same man was arrested and charged with murder after his neighbour complained about a horrific smell coming from his apartment. The police discovered the decomposing body of a 13-year-old girl in the attic who had been murdered by him. She was last seen in her bedroom and had been missing for several days. After all these years, my mum told me what the man said at the door. He told her that someone had ordered takeout and he wanted to check if it was the right address. This being a small peninsula, she recognized him from a small vegetable shop and realized he was lying. She got scared and quickly told him that no one had ordered anything.
I've got an iPhone, it's got an app on it, makes me happy, happy that I've got it, I like it even more than a unicorn. It can even play this lovely song. I've got an iPhone, it plays
There, you want a Christmas episode? There. Now it's a Christmas episode. So I think I've run out of shitty winter holiday games, so you know what? I'm gonna give a present to myself and just not play any shitty games.
Ding dong.
Hang on a minute. What's this?
A lovely cheese pizza, just for you.
You got the wrong house. I didn't order any pizza, but I'll take it anyway. Oh, not funny.
Think of it as a gift. You owe it to yourself to play those games. I hear they're awesome.
No, they're not. Besides, I already reviewed both NES games. That first one where you're laying traps around the house that are enclosed in square tiles for no reason, where you're walking up the stairs like you took a dump. And that second one where you're running through the hotel, sliding on your knees, fighting mops, vacuum cleaners, and suitcases, and a chef that takes off his clothes. I'm already done with that, so get this shit out of here. And you better believe I'm leaving a bad Yelp review.
That's just the NES versions. Maybe the rest of them are better. I mean, look at how many of them there are. I mean, they can't all be bad. Can they?
I admit I haven't played the rest. Have you?
No, but they all have Macaulay Culkin in them. I mean, how could you go wrong?
Well, maybe if they're not as bad as the NES games.
Come on, everyone in the world shits on these games, and maybe you could change the world's mind. I mean, come on.
Okay, fine, but you're not going anywhere. You're gonna sit right here and suffer with me.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna take care of some unfinished business here, playing the rest of the Home Alone games with special guest, the Pizza Boy.
Yep, that's me. I'm the Pizza Boy. Pizza Boy, that's me.
Home Alone was a phenomenon in the 90s. Kevin McAllister was a badass tactician, and every kid back then wanted to be just like him, fighting off the wet bandits and saving his house from getting looted.
Yep, me too. I wanted to be just like him. He was really handsome.
So of course, with the movie being such a big deal, there was bound to be tons of video game tie-ins, and I mean like tons, on every console imaginable. There is Home Alone games on NES, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Sega Genesis, Game Gear, and even the PC and Amiga computers.
Don't forget the European exclusive on the PS2.
No! The biggest anomaly of the group is definitely the PS2 version. It was only released in Europe in 2006. Yeah, a while after the movie.
Yeah, but that movie is just timeless.
It is. But this game, by all known laws of physics in the universe, has no right to exist. The mere idea would baffle the greatest scientific minds of our time. Besides, the style is completely different. It doesn't look anything like the movies, looks nothing like Macaulay Culkin. I don't even know why we're even talking about it, so let's just pretend it doesn't exist.
Agreed.
Home Alone 2 on Game Boy is just Home Alone 2 on NES, and Home Alone 1 on the NES is just ass. I've talked about it before, but the most ridiculous thing about the game is that to win, you have to run around the house for 20 minutes. Seriously, who the fuck would sit and play this shit for 20 minutes? You'd have to have some serious problems.
What are you trying to say, man?
Well, who am I to judge? I'm sitting here playing games with a fucking pizza boy.
Wow, not cool.
You know, I wonder what Macaulay Culkin's doing right now, if he's ever played these games. I wonder if he'd approve.
Nah, I don't think he would.
No, you say that like have you met him before?
Yeah, you could say so.
Oh my gosh. You were in the Home Alone movies, right?
Yep.
You were in them.
Yep.
You were the pizza boy in Home Alone.
Yeah, I'm still a pizza boy. I'm just
wow, that's
very method.
That's amazing.
Still pizza.
Anyway, let's move on with the games. Let's do the Super Nintendo version now.
Yeah, let's do that. You know what, nerd? I can feel it. This one's gonna be good. I feel it in my pizza boy bones.
The object is to run around the house collecting valuable items to hide from the criminals. You can only hold a certain amount. When your hands are full, you have to drop them down a laundry chute which leads into a giant vault in the basement, or Goro's lair, or wherever the hell this is.
Look, I know the movie was a long time ago and stuff, but I don't remember Kevin gathering together candlesticks, money bags, and giant emerald rings and then throwing them down a laundry chute. I mean, but what do I know?
The items are found in the most random places. Like in a toilet? Look, I found an entire goddamn pizza in a toilet!
Kevin would never grab anything out of a toilet.
Wow. Yeah, not even a pizza. I'm sure of it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I would have, back in my heady days.
You would have grabbed something out of a toillet?
Yeah.
Pizza?
You've ever had toilet pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pizza shit.
Yeah. I knew I liked you.
What is wrong with the McAllisters? They have pizza hidden all over the house. They have things hidden in bookshelves, picture frames, boxes, the bathtub. Have you ever found anything in a bathtub before?
I found myself once.
Also, who are these criminals? That looks nothing like Joe Pesci. Do you think that looks like Joe Pesci?
Nah, not really. I mean, I haven't seen him in a while, though.
I mean, yeah, they have Marv and Harry in there, but who are all these generic cartoon mobsters? There's guys who pelt you with balls, and Odd Job from James Bond.
You know it's totally unfair when you pick Odd Job anyway.
I mean, they could at least have the gangster from Angels with Filthy Souls on there.
Yeah, keep the change.
I'd love to see more of that movie. I want to see the rest.
Yeah.
Your main weapon is a water gun that does diddly dick. Seriously, it feels like every weapon is completely ineffective. And every time you die, you get Kevin screaming in your face. And get used to it because you're gonna see it a lot. I swear to God, next time I see Macaulay Culkin's face, I'm gonna ram my fucking fist right through it. I should also mention that the Game Boy version is pretty much the same thing, just with shittier graphics. It's kind of like switching from getting kicked in the balls with steel-toed boots to soccer cleats. Both fucking suck, but one sucks worse. So in level 2, the items that you're collecting and hiding are toys. Yeah, that's right, Marv wants to steal his toys. A throwaway line from the movie became an entire level. At the end of each stage, you have to go down the basement and fight a bunch of bats and rats.
That didn't happen in the movie. I would know. I was there.
Then you always fight a boss, including a giant spider and a ghost.
When has Kevin had to deal with all this kind of shit?
Oh, the best is when you're collecting all the family pets that, according to your dad, are rare.
Do they really think I grew up in a house where giant frogs roamed free in the hall? Yeah, we just had those suckers hopping all around all the time. Mr. Frog House. I've never had to collect 35 pets, drop them down a laundry chute, and into a bank vault. Are you fucking kidding me? What kind of asshole does this game think I am? I can't believe they get away with this. I mean, you go to a store and you see your face on a cartridge. You go like, I'm gonna play with myself all day long. Every kid deserves a video game based on themselves, am I right? But no, they shat on me. They shat on my legacy. What am I gonna do?
Wait a minute. You're not a real pizza boy. You're McCulkin. I'm playing Home Alone games with Macaulay Culkin. Ah!
Really? Really? Never seen that before. It's new. Can we just get back to the fucking games?
Right. Next up, Home Alone 2 on Super Nintendo.
All right, I'm sure they've learned from their mistakes.
Yeah.
They're gonna get it all together, and it's gonna be our time.
Yeah.
Our time down here. Down here, it's our time.
Yeah, this one should be better. In fact, why don't you play this one? Because after all, they're your games.
So this is the sequel where I'm home alone in New York. Huh?
This looks very familiar. It's like they just copied Home Alone 2 on NES, because that one was so good.
Killer vacuum cleaners, floating mops, violent suitcases, and angry old ladies with umbrellas.
It's all back. Just like the NES version.
Why is the entire hotel trying to kill me? I mean, they have a bunch of fucking bombs behind the check-in desks. I mean, do they hate their child customers so much that they have to lob lobby bombs at them? And yes, that was pretty hard to say.
So in the movie, they're going after him because he stole a credit card. But in the game, they don't explain it's stolen. They're just going after a kid because he simply used a credit card. Gee.
Credit card? You got it.
And did you ever remember using a boxing glove gun in the movie?
That's your concern?
Was this part so important they had to repeat it in this game? Like, what's with the stripping chef?
Why is the man upside down with his pants around his ankles?
Weird, man.
Why?
It's weird, man.
Hold me.
So, level 2, you're in Central Park, where every criminal on the planet is after you.
Bats? Now there's bats!